Today, we're jumping right into something pretty stark, actually. This reality that over half of millennials and Gen Z are, well, struggling, living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, it's a huge issue, and it really makes you question that, standard path we're all told about.
It really does. The whole argument we're digging into today is that the traditional route, get the four-year degree, find a job, it just doesn't seem to work the same way anymore. And honestly, I feel that. I went to UCLA, finished in 3 years, biology degree, even got an entrepreneurship minor.
Right.
But afterwards, just kind of scratching my head thinking, okay, what did I actually learn here that helps me make money online, like right now?
It really puts a spotlight on that gap, doesn't it, between traditional education and what the modern digital economy actually needs.
Exactly. So how do you bridge it without going back to school for years?
Well, that's where our source comes in. It talks about these 5 specific skills, calls them high-income skills.
And the claim is pretty bold, learnable in 90 days or less, potentially leading to a full-time income without that degree.
Yeah, and they frame them as recession-proof. The idea isn't necessarily starting your own big business.
Right. It's about picking one skill and getting so good, like undeniably good.
That businesses and clients basically feel they have to work with you.
So our mission today is to unpack each of these 5. What are they? Why are they supposedly so in demand? What's the income potential? All based on the source material you shared.
Sounds good. It's fascinating because these skills seem to offer a really direct value proposition that businesses are actively looking for right now.
Okay, let's kick things off with number 1, short-form video editing.
Yeah.
What exactly is that, and why is it suddenly everywhere?
Well, basically, it's taking content that already exists, maybe longer videos, interviews, things like that, and editing it down, packaging it nicely.
To tell a story.
Exactly. Telling a story in a really concise, elegant way for businesses, often for social media.
Right, we see these everywhere. Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, those like 30, 45-second clips. And the source talks about this viral strategy, right? Where this short, easy-to-digest stuff goes viral.
Which then makes people curious, so they go searching for the creator on, say, YouTube.
And that's where the businesses push their main offers, courses, products, whatever it is.
Precisely. And business owners, the source says, they desperately need people who can handle this editing part effectively to grow their presence.
They mentioned some big names using this, like Iman, Luke Belmar, Tate.
Yeah, examples of people really leveraging that short form to long form funnel.
And the potential income they toss out, around $3,000 to $5,000 a month for this skill.
Which really highlights just how fast content consumption is changing. Businesses get it that short, engaging intro is crucial for grabbing attention initially, makes the skill super valuable.
Okay, interesting. So that covers the visual hook. What about the words? Skill number 2 gets into that, social media copywriting.
Yes, copywriting. And this is interesting because it's not always about writing brand new stuff from scratch.
What do you mean?
Well, the source describes it as taking someone's voice or message, maybe from a quick loom video they recorded, like just a minute long, or even an audio note.
Okay.
And then transforming that into, full social media posts or emails, maybe even scripting out longer YouTube videos based on those initial thoughts.
So it's about leverage. The source says most influencers and businesses use these leveraged writing methods because they're just not willing to write every single piece of copy themselves.
Makes sense for scaling.
Yeah.
They need copywriters to basically capture their ideas and articulate them effectively everywhere.
And the pay starts maybe $1,500, $3,000 a month. But the source says good copywriters, really good ones,
Can hit $5K, $7K, even $10,000 a month if they're really driving results for the business.
Wow.
It does raise that interesting question, though, about scaling communication while still sounding authentic, right? The copywriter is that bridge, translating the core message.
They become the voice, essentially.
Anyways, yeah.
Okay, now, this third skill. This one's where it gets really interesting, maybe a bit unexpected. The source claims it's the foundation for everything else. It's called high performance.
Right, and we need to be clear here. This isn't your typical productivity advice, wake up early, cold showers, rah-rah motivation.
No, not that stuff. The source argues it's deeper. They say most people, like in our generation, struggle with one fundamental thing: focus. Because of just constant distraction.
Yeah.
Social media, pings, notifications, emails, dings. The source even mentions porn as a distraction.
Yeah, the digital noise.
And they cite research suggesting this constant distraction leads to a 30 to 40% drop in output.
Wow, 30 to 40%.
Yeah. So think about it. Someone works a 10-hour day, but maybe only gets 6 hours of real focused work done. The rest is just gone.
That's a huge amount of lost productivity.
Totally. And the source speaker connects this to their own success, building a $20 million company fast.
Right.
They claim it wasn't about being smarter or working more hours.
But about figuring out how to be a high performer.
Exactly. Getting, quote, 2 times more things done in the same amount of time. They really hammer this point. The faster that you can get to master on high performance, the faster you will execute with any of the other skills.
It's fascinating because we often skip over this foundational skill of just paying attention. It's not about brute force work, but creating the right conditions, internally and externally, for deep work.
Optimizing for focus itself.
Yeah, and that has a massive impact on what you actually produce. It really makes you think about how we manage our attention daily.
Definitely a different way to look at productivity. Okay, so these next 2 skills, 4 and 5, are linked. And they come with this kind of provocative view of the online course world. Let's talk remote setting.
The gold rush analogy they use.
Yeah, explain that.
Well, the source basically says, in a gold rush, everyone's trying to find gold. But some people make their fortune selling the shovels.
And selling online courses is like selling the shovels.
That's the analogy. They give examples, like a client making $10K a month from YouTube automation.
Okay, decent.
But their course teaching YouTube automation does over $500,000 a month.
Whoa, okay. Another example.
A friend making 6 figures from Airbnb, but their $10,000 course about Airbnb arbitrage brings in over $300,000 a month.
Crazy numbers.
Yeah.
So where does the remote setter fit into this shovel selling ecosystem?
They're described as kind of like secret agents. Their main job is messaging people, usually on Instagram or Facebook.
And chatting.
Well, engaging in conversations, back and forth, explaining the opportunity or the product being sold, usually these high-ticket courses.
Got it.
And the goal is to book qualified people onto a sales call.
Okay, so they tee up the call. What's the pay like for that?
Commission-based. Typically 4 or 5%. The source uses the example. 5% on a $5,000 product is $250. So if a setter books a few calls a day that actually show up and eventually buy, they could make like $250 a day pretty consistently. They frame it as one of the simpler paths to $3K, $5 a month. It really shows those layers in online business, doesn't it? The setter is often that very first human interaction, qualifying interest, a vital but often invisible part of the sales machine.
Invisible agents, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if the setter books the call, who takes it?
Okay.
That brings us to skill number 5, remote closing.
Exactly. The closer is the person who actually gets on that booked call, usually a 1-hour Zoom or phone call.
And their job is?
Their job is to help the prospect figure things out, understand their goals, where they're stuck, create a bit of a plan.
So part consultation.
Yeah, seems like it. And if the prospect seems like a good fit, like the program can genuinely help them solve their problems.
Then the closer recommends the product, the course, the coaching, whatever it is.
But the source is clear. This is a much more difficult skill set than setting.
Makes sense. It's the actual sale. Higher stakes.
Right. And because of that, the commission is higher, usually around 10%.
So let's use their example again. $5,000 product, 10% commission is $500.
Exactly. So if a closer takes, say, 4 calls a day and they close just 1, that's a 25% close rate, which is pretty solid.
They make $500 just from that one call.
That's the potential, yeah. $500 a day in commission. The leverage is definitely higher than setting. And, effective closing, it's more than just pushing a sale. It's really about deep listening, understanding the problem, and guiding someone to a solution that fits. Needs real nuance.
A genuine skill of influence, as you said. Okay, so we've got the 5. Short form editing, copywriting, high performance, remote setting, remote closing. What does someone do with this? How do you pick one and actually start?
Well, the core advice from the source is pretty direct. Focus. Focus.
Which stands for?
Follow one course until successful.
Ah, okay. So pick one skill. Don't try to dabble in all 5.
Exactly. Go all in on mastering just one of them. That's the recommendation.
And they do mention a resource, Impact Clients University, founded by the source speaker.
Yeah, they mention it as a place that trains people for these remote careers, aiming for full-time income in about 3 months.
And they offer these complimentary game plan sessions.
Coaches.
Right, where they'll apparently walk you through a 90-day plan, help you figure out which path might be best for you.
And then, if you're a perfect fit for their paid stuff, they'll let you know.
It really underscores that idea of strategic learning, doesn't it? In a world with so much information, just picking one thing and mastering it deeply often gets better results than spreading yourself too thin. Quality over quantity.
Makes a lot of sense. So wrapping up, the big picture here is that the old career path, it's shifting, and getting really good at one of these specific in-demand skills could offer a faster, more direct route to financial stability, maybe even a full-time income online. Absolutely. And that point about high performance really sticks with me. If just improving focus could boost your output by 30 or 40%, wow, what potential are we all leaving untapped every day, you know?
Yeah, regardless of which skill you choose.
Exactly. How could mastering your attention change not just your work, but how you learn, how you grow, maybe unlock things you didn't even realize were possible?
Definitely something to think about. So for you listening, what stood out? Which of these skills sounds like it might be your one course to follow until successful? Food for thought until our next deep dive.